So this is the second episode of What About Bob? And I thought what I might do in the next couple of episodes would be to chat about how the place has changed, that is the College of Idaho, how it's changed while I've been gone, and what are some of the things that have really awed me in terms of the developments that have taken place on campus since I left in 2009. One of the most interesting parts of it is what's happened to science education on our particular campus. It began before I left when we received $5 million towards the eventual remodeling of Boone Hall, our science hall, named after the founder of our institution, who was a scientist as well. That's about a $9 million total remodel that took place in this facility, which makes it one of the most significant facilities for undergraduate science and the laboratories associated with that in the state of Idaho. Probably better and bigger laboratories on some of the four-year schools, but here for just undergraduate students, it's really a remarkable thing. A second thing that's taken place is the number of grants that we received from the Embry Program, which is a program by the National Endowment of the Humanities based on the University of Idaho campus, which tries to build a greater infrastructure for biomedical research in the state of Idaho. That's been very significant. It's brought to us about $6.5 million in support in terms of equipment purchases, as well as program support for students. Third source of that funding comes from the Murdock Charitable Foundation based in Tacoma, Washington. It's a major supporter of basic science activities in the Northwest. And their particular program has brought us about $120,000 to support science education for students and faculty in the last 5 years. And finally, we received from the National Institutes of Health major grants, 2 major grants, and those science grants have supported educational activities. Let me give you a couple of examples of what happens to students and faculty here from this kind of support that we've been able to achieve over these years that I've been gone. I hope the fact that I've been gone isn't the reason that we've been getting this support. But a key part of it is what happens to students. One of those students was Micaela Stevens. She was a history major, a biology major, and a competitive swimmer. She left here with all of this background and went off to the University of Indiana to participate in their PhD program on biomedical gateways. It's a full-ride scholarship at one of the best programs in the United States for that kind of research. And it was made possible in many ways by both her intellect and what she learned and developed here. Another one of those wonderful things is what it's done in terms of support for NIH grants. Our most recent one is with John Thurston and his students in collaboration with a BSU professor and his students, which will be working on the dreaded disease of Giardia and how to build drugs that will attack that particular disease. It's a great thing that these grants have done for this campus. Well, that's it for this time. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And the next time we meet, we'll begin looking at the campus in terms of what's new for What About Bob?